Hello students, do you recognize this sound? Yeah, it's a heartbeat sound. Today we'll not learn about actually heartbeat, but we'll surely learn about heart and the whole circulatory system. Last time we learned about cell, and as you know, cells need food to grow and to do other activities. Every cell needs nutrients like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, etc., and also oxygen and water. But how these nutrients travel in our body and reach every cell? It is because of circulatory system present in our body. Circulatory system is well developed in higher organisms like animals and humans, whereas in lower organisms like insects, circulatory system is not well developed. But wait, what is this developed and not developed? It means that in animals, circulatory system contains a complex network of blood vessels and the heart, while in insect will not see any blood vessels network. That's why when you smash a cockroach or any insect, you will not find any blood vessel. But wait, what is this blood vessel? Do not worry. Today we'll be discussing about three things. First one is blood. Blood is considered a specialized form of connective tissue. It is red fluid which runs in human body 24/7/365. That means it runs our whole life without stopping. An average human carries roughly 5 liters of blood which travels from brain to feet. Majorly, blood is divided into 4 parts. One is RBCs, that means red blood cells. Second, WBCs, that means white blood cells. And the third, blood plasma. And the last one is platelets. RBCs, as we all know that blood is red in color. But why blood is red in color? Boys may ask why blood is not black in color, or girls may ask why blood is not pink in color as they like it. The reason for it is that RBCs contain hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is very important in taking oxygen from lungs and supplying it to the cells. But let's learn little deep. Each hemoglobin protein is made up of subunits called heme, H-E-M-E, heme. These subunits can bind to iron molecule, and these iron molecules can bind to oxygen molecule. And because of the interaction between iron molecules and oxygen molecules, blood gets its red color. You know who fights for us? No, not our best friend. They may betray you, but WBCs will never betray you. WBCs stands for white blood cell and also known as leukocytes. Obviously they are white in color, but more interesting thing is that they are protectors and fighters of our body. They eat and engulf harmful bacteria and invaders in the body. Next is plasma. Blood plasma is a yellowish liquid present in the body. It holds the blood cells in the whole blood in suspension. It plays very important role in immune system, a system that keeps our body healthy against bacteria. Now, have you been cut by knife accidentally and you saw red blood? But what happens after that? What happens after a few minutes? You see that bleeding is stopped and no more blood is coming out of your hand. What happens with blood? Does it get dry? No, not at all. It is because of our last part of the blood, that is platelets. No, not plates. These are platelets. They are the thread-like fragments of cytoplasm that helps in coagulation of blood. But wait, what is again this coagulation? Coagulation means getting thick or getting clot. Your blood gets clot because of these platelets. These platelets get attached to the cut side of the blood vessels in which blood flows and repair it and fill the gap. Moreover, WBCs get attached along with platelets to engulf harmful substances entering into the blood vessels through the cut. Second is blood vessels now. Just like in homes we have pipelines, like that in our body we have blood vessels. These are very thin and long pipes like branches which carry blood in our body. Every cell needs oxygen, so when blood is taking oxygen for a cell, then it is called oxygenated blood because it has oxygen in it. While when blood gives that oxygen to the cell and return to lung without oxygen to take more oxygen, it is called as deoxygenated blood. Every blood vessel is connected to every organ of the body. Heart also has connections with blood vessels. There are 3 types of blood vessels. First one is arteries. Arteries run from heart to different organs, generally carrying oxygenated blood so that oxygen can be delivered to every organ and then to the cells. Arteries start at heart and end at, yes, cells, because they are carrying oxygenated blood to the cells. Opposite to this are veins. They run from cells to the heart and they carry deoxygenated blood. And when there is no oxygen in the blood and carbon dioxide present in the blood, that time that blood is called deoxygenated blood. Third one is capillaries. These are nothing but very thin blood vessels connecting arteries and veins together. Now, we are coming to that part which is very important in our body. If it stops working, human also gets full stop on his lifeline. Can you guess? Yes, it is the heart. Heart is a muscular organ, acts like electric motor which pumps water in our houses. In the same way, heart also pumps oxygenated blood to organs, and when organs give out deoxygenated blood, then heart pumps it and send it to lungs for oxygenation. Structurally, human heart is 4-chambered. That means it has 4 different compartments where 2 are connected to each other on either side of the heart. 4 chambers are namely, first one, right atrium, which is present top right side of the heart. Below the right atrium, we have right ventricle. On the other side of the heart, we have left atrium on the top left of the heart. And below the atrium, we have left ventricle. And you must keep one thing in your mind, that right side of the heart, that means right atrium and right ventricle, these 2 chambers always pump deoxygenated blood to lungs. And whereas left atrium and left ventricle will collect and will pump oxygenated blood which is coming from the lungs. So whenever oxygenated blood comes to the left atrium, it enters then into left ventricle and goes to the other parts of the body. This is the shortest explanation of circulation of blood in humans. Did you understand it? If you have not understood it, so let's see this flowchart. With the help of this flowchart, you will easily understand how and from where to where blood flows. I hope you have understood now. I want you all to make your personal notes and to highlight the important points, important keywords, and learn and memorize. Thank you.
Hello to all great learners. I hope you have learned something today. If you want to learn more amazing things like this, then like this video, comment below, share this video with amazing learners like you, and subscribe my channel. And yeah, don't forget to hit the bell icon, because whenever I'll upload any video, you will be notified. Thank you.